Hi everybody, nice to catch up again. Here we are, creating more stuff for you to keep you busy. And the beautiful thing about this yoga, it's got such a huge variety, and we concentrate on different thing every session. So in our focus today, we're going to do something which a lot of people always thinking about yoga, thinking about flexibility, hamstring, hammies. So here we are. Today we're going to focus on that. Yes, of course, hamstring is very, very important. When the hamstring too short, it can create pressure to the back as well. So any part of the body, if it's too stiff, it can compensate on some other parts of the body. So it is important to maintain balance overall, not just hamstring, everything. The balance of the body to be reasonably open in every part of the body. But nevertheless, today we're gonna focus on the hamstring. So regardless how stiff or flexible you are, there's always it is always important to maintain and obviously if we can to improve as well. Let's get right into it, and we go from here to a very accommodating pose, the half fold dance. And this is really what it is, the half uttanasana. It's bending forward, but instead of bending all the way down straight away, bending halfway. So most of our students are familiar with this pose. Let's have the chair ready and standing in a reasonable distance from the chair. Separate the feet, the width of the hips, or if anything a little bit wider. Make sure you turn the heels out. Alignment and technique, it's a bread and butter for us. Really, really important. Lift those arches, don't let the arches to collapse. And make sure you lock the knees. Really working the legs strong. The patella engaged deep to the knee joints. Hands to the hips, elbows back towards each other, the chest is open, and we're going to tilt the pelvis first. So tilt the pelvis to stick the buttocks out, inhale, and with the exhalation, look forward and extend the chest forward. Really ignore the chair, just keep extending your chest forward, keep looking forward, and then when you obviously so close, reach to the chair. Adjust the chair, push it away a little bit. Make sure your hips above the ankles. We're really bending from the hips. Not to do that. Tilt the pelvis. Keep this action of tilt the pelvis and lift the sitting bone. Extend to the arms. Make sure you roll the shoulders out away from the neck. Don't squeeze the shoulders to the neck. Looking straight down. Again, really doesn't matter if you advanced student. If you bend in this pose properly, you feel the stretch. Hip tilt the pelvis. Work the legs, work the thighs, push the back of the knee back. Coming out of the pose, bend the knees, inhale, step forward, nice and safe, loosen up a little bit. And we go to the same pose, approaching the pose in a different way. Two legs of the chair on the mat, holding on to the chair, get the chest down. Stay low with your chest as you walk yourself back. Some people prefer to go to the pose in this way, doesn't matter. And adjust yourself so your feet, your ankles below the hips. Now here we can play a little bit. And what I mean by that, we can ease the tension by bending the knees. And as we bend the knees, we tilt the pelvis, inhale. And with the exhalation, straight the legs. And you can do it a few times. You can just keep doing it with the breath. Inhale, bending. Exhale, straightening. And so on. Inhale, bending. Exhale, straightening. Hold on. Doing a bit more in between. Sometimes we really need to trust what we feel at that moment. We're going to come out of this. Bend the knees. And inhale, step forward, coming out of the pose. Okay, what we're going to do now, we go from halfway forward to halfway from there, if you like. So still not going all the way down, but from halfway to somewhere all the way down. So here we have the chair on the mat. We hold on to the chair here and we're walking ourselves back. Now remember, in this pose you do want to maintain your hips above the ankles, so adjust yourself accordingly. Push the chair forward, walk back a little bit, and so much of the same, bending from the hips, tilt the pelvis, lift the sitting bones, push the chair forward, push the hips back. Just as well we can play here, we can bend the knees. As we bend the knees, we're really getting the floating ribs between the thighs. We're still maintaining the lift of the sitting bone as much as we can. Inhale, and with exhalation, straight the legs. Breathing and breathing along all the time. Hamstring just getting a little bit softer. You can stay in this pose a little bit longer if you need to. But let's move on. Bend the knees and coming up. Okay, what we're going to do now, we go from here to downward dog, which is a full bend. And from dog pose, we actually going to walk towards the full forward bend, towards Uttanasana. So the dog pose we do always with awareness and alignment and technique. So toes curled under. Sit the buttocks down as far as you can towards the heel. And what do you hear before you go all the way down? Actually push the mat forward. See the mat, it's a rubber mat and you can stretch the mat, push it forward. In the same time, push the hips back and keep sliding, keep pushing the mat and slide the palms on the mat and rest the forehead down if you can. This is the correct distance from the palms to the feet. Don't change any of that and come up to all fours. Let's go straight to Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward dog. Lift to the arms, roll the biceps up, inhale, release the knees from the ground, stick the buttocks higher, inhale, and with the exhalation, straight the legs. Now lift up to the tip of the toes and reach with the buttocks as high as you can. Inhale, and with the exhalation, release the heels down. Turn the heels out, if anything, not collapsing towards each other. And whatever far you get the heels down, try to get more of the outside of the heels down, not to collapse in. So even awareness to that. Very active we are in the pose. Pushing and pushing against the gravity, not just collapsing. Okay, from here what we're going to do, I want to show you something. We're going to walk back from dog towards Uttanasana. So we go to the preparation. This is just demonstration for you. And go into dog pose. From here, before we come up, check the distance from your fingertips to the edge of the mat. So your distance shouldn't be too far, and that's easy to remember. While we're doing that, I will explain. We go to the dog pose, and from dog pose, I will ask you to walk the hands towards Uttanasana, towards the feet. Now, some of you are flexible enough to keep the legs straight all the way, but not everybody, so please don't be shy to bend the knees to get there. Now, sometimes we use our bricks, but not this time. What we're going to do, those of you who are on the flexible side, reach with the hands to the ankles. Either need to be higher on the shin, even higher more, half shin, maybe close to the knees or even above the knees. So whatever you need to do, that's fine. So we're doing our Uttanasana, and then we walk back towards dog. Now we remember the distance we have between the fingertips to the edge of the mat. We want to come to the same spot and doing our dog again. Doing the dog and keep engaging and keep lifting the sitting bone and keep pushing and pushing and pushing along. Pushing so much against the gravity. And again, walk the hands towards the feet. Those of you who are flexible, keep the legs straight all along. I don't need to bend the knees to get there. Get to where you need to be. Inhale, look ahead, extend the chest forward, and then look straight down between the big toes. Work the legs, work the thighs, lift the thighs, roll the thighs in, the action of the legs here. And we can repeat that again, going from here to the dog again, working in the dog, engaging and pushing, doing all the right thing. Press the index fingers, knuckle down, roll the shoulders away from the neck, neck is soft, and again, walking towards the feet again. Getting better and better each time. And some of you will feel flexible enough to go to the full pose. If so, inhale, lift the head, the chest. Exhale, bend the elbows to take yourself even further here. You actually end up looking back, crown of the head pointing straight down. This is a pose to do if you're comfortable with that. Only if you feel confident and comfortable, you can afford to go that far. Otherwise, stay much higher if you need to. Breathing and breathing and breathing along. Walking again towards our dog pose. Remember how far the fingertips from the edge of the mat. Assuming we didn't move our feet, we should come back to the same distance to accurate dog pose. Okay, we walk again. Now let's do all sorts of different variation here. Those of you who can reach all the way down, grab onto the big toes like that. Those of you who stay high can stay just like that, or using bricks to stay higher. Those of you who choose to go to this, holding on to the big toes, and inhale, lift the head, lift the chest, and looking straight down between the toes. Or if you choose to actually go further, inhale, lift the head, really lift the sitting bones higher more. Exhale, bend the elbows, and looking right back. And we can walk ourselves again towards dog. The same. Pushing the mat forward, push the hips back. If you need to have a complete rest in between, rest on your shins for a little while. Going again. Those of you who need to stay on the bricks, stay on the bricks and bend the knees a little bit to tilt the pelvis. Inhale, exhale, straight the legs. So as we bend the knees to tilt the pelvis, we're not bending the knees to sit the buttocks down to squat. We really try to keep the buttocks high to get the chest between the thighs. Whatever height you want to breathe, you can go lower. Inhale, bend the knees, exhale, straight the legs. And feeling slowly, you actually get yourself further. Those of you a little bit more on the advanced side, see if you can lift the foot up, lift the toes, place the hands, the fingers, tip of the fingers towards the heels, and hold on to the pose. Again, this is a pose to do only if you feel comfortable enough. You don't have to do it just because we demonstrate that. If it's too much for you, if you're more comfortable to go to this variation, a little bit more conservative, just about there, whatever it is. And some of you even willing to go further from here. Inhale, lift the head. Exhale, bend the elbows to take yourself even further more. So much aware how far you push yourself in your practice. Very well. And slowly coming out of the pose, bend the knees and lift the head. Just loosen up a little bit and refresh yourself. We'll continue to work on our hamstring. And what we're going to do here, we're going to go to dog again, and we're going to do the variation of Parsvottanasana. Parsvottanasana, it's one of the standing postures, but it's a beautiful stretch to the front leg hamstring. So let me demonstrate to you. First of all, we need to go to accurate dog pose. So some of you maybe need to have the bricks ready too. Accurate dog pose, hips back, buttocks down to the heels. Push the mat forward, push the hips back, come up to the knees. Inhale, lift the knees, pushing back. Inhale, exhale, straight the legs. Inhale, exhale, release the heels down. Okay, this one you really need to watch carefully the technique here.
What we're going to do, I will ask you to completely raise the left foot off the ground and point the left heel to the big toe of the right. So getting the foot like that, it's not good. You actually need to lift the foot completely off the ground and point the heel, the left heel, to the big toe, like so. Come up high to the tip of the fingers and really take it easy and bring the right foot all the way to this line of the toes with the fingers. Now if you can't actually reach in one go, take it easy, go slowly, even manually bring the foot forward. Just get there and get there slowly in your own time. Now some people have to use the bricks, high bricks, low bricks. I leave that to you. Now this is the variation of Parsvottanasana, the easy version of Parsvottanasana, but it is a beautiful stretch to the hamstring. Keep the pelvis square, not allow the right hip to go forward, right hip back, left hip forward. Those of you who wish to go further, even on the bricks, reach further and further more. Those of you who don't need the bricks at all, getting the head all the way down, if you particularly confident with that. Otherwise, stay much higher. Beautiful stretch to the hamstring. Breathing and breathing and breathing along. Okay, from here, walk the hands back. Coming up and go back to the dog. Bring the right big toe to the heel and the left foot back. Adjust yourself. Now if you're not sure, please, nothing to be shy to come back to adjustment of the dog pose. Hips back and buttocks down to the heel. We do need to make sure the other side is accurate as well. Okay, coming up, and here we're going to do the other side. Listen carefully. We're going to raise the right foot completely off the ground, point the right heel to the big toe of the left, come up high to the tip of the fingers, safely please, reach all the way. If you can't go in one movement, in one go, just go there slowly, even manually, get there and get there safe. Square the pelvis, always the challenge to square the pelvis, and to the bricks, high bricks or no bricks, I leave it to you. A few seconds in the pose, maybe willing to reach furthermore with bricks, high bricks, no bricks at all, I leave that to you. Beautiful stretch to the hamstring. Keep the squareness of the pelvis. Keep the back heel on the ground as much as you can. Very nice stretch to the front leg hamstring. Coming back, go back to the dog. And from here, we walk towards Uttanasana. Walking towards Uttanasana. Those of you who can go further, hold on to the ankles. Others need to be on mid-chin. And for those of you who can go all the way, inhale, lift the head. Exhale, take yourself even further. Beautiful stretch. Breathing and breathing and breathing and breathing along. Okay, from here we're going to come up, lift the head, hands to the hips, and coming up. Okay, we're going to do some stuff on the ground here. We're going to do a pose called Supta Padangustasana. So here we need our strap. Lying down with the strap on your right side. Extend from the feet to the crown of the head. Grab the legs nice and firm. Keep the left leg on the ground, firm as it is. Inhale, bend the right knee to the chest and bring the knee closer and closer to you. Move the knee out of the way. Very easy it is to access to the foot and put the strap. Actually, your strap actually with the big loop. Have the strap over the foot. Hold the strap with two hands separately, with the hands fairly high, not here, and keep the chin down so the back of the neck is long. Work the legs strong, both legs, and plank flex the feet so the ball of the big toe, that's the feather away point. The ground foot just as well as the top foot. Enjoy a good stretch, work to your capacity. Keep the legs engaged. Some of you can afford to go further, whatever you are, even if you're here, make sure your legs straight and lock. This is really what's going to help you to improve your hamstring. Breathe and breathe and breathe and breathe all along. Very good pose for your back as well. Okay, bend the knee and release. Extend to the feet, work the legs strong both, and bend the left one. Bring the knee towards you, move the knee out of the way, better easy access to the foot like that, and put the strap like so. If you need a brick to the head to support your head, you're welcome to do that. But don't rush, make sure the top leg working and engaging, the bottom leg, the ball of the big toe, both feet the feather away, hold the strap separately, elbows bending to the side, and hold on to the pose if you can for 30 seconds at least, and breathe and breathe. Both legs working, both legs engage. Don't let the foot, the bottom foot to drop like so, keep engaging. You can repeat this pose twice, 3 times. Beautiful stretch. Breathe and breathe and breathe and breathe all along. Very well, and release. What we're going to do now, we bend both knees to the chest, wide knees, put the strap around the feet both, and hold on. And what we try to do here is actually to keep the lower back on the ground. Avoid doing that. So as much as we can towards the sacrum on the ground, as much as we can. Not easy to actually get the sacrum to touch, but we try. Definitely we don't want to lift the lower back of the ground. And so much of the same, both feet working, the ball of the big toe, that's the feather away, pushing, and keep the chin down. Enjoy a good stretch, breathing along. Some of you maybe don't need the strap at all, so you can do that, or need the strap, by all means, use the strap. Very good pose, not just for your hamstring, but actually very good for your back as well. Breathe and breathe and breathe and breathe all along. Beautiful, and slowly release. Now this pose, it's a beautiful stretch, and it's actually a pose Jacqui and I, we find with other stuff we done, other than yoga, believe it or not. But we love this pose. It's a beautiful stretch to the hamstring. But like any pose got technique to follow. We can have the bricks close by, with right on the left knee with the right leg straight. What's important here is to keep the left hip above the left knee. And like any bending fold, need to come properly from the hip, so we don't want to run the back. So even here we try to tilt the pelvis and bending forward. Can go to the bricks or no bricks. Stay in the pose. It's particularly targeting the hamstring, and you can feel it. So avoid that, not leaning back, or rather that you need to maintain your left hip at the moment above the left knee. So the action of the leg is to keep the leg straight, but it's almost as if like we're pulling back, the leg pulling back into the body, a little bit of that sort of action. And that helps us to keep the pelvis square as well. Breathe and breathe along. You can go further, enjoy it. Need to stay higher, stay higher. Particularly strong stretch with the hamstring. Coming up, of course, just to do the other side. So have a look at the pose from the other side. Here I am, left leg straight, right hip above the right knee. Doesn't matter so much if the foot curled under or like that, really. So maintain the squareness of the pelvis, avoid doing anything like that. Tilt the pelvis, so we still want to bend from the hips. Some of you are going to find this pose particularly hard, and if it's just not for you, you don't have to do it.
But like in any pose, you can be very conservative and just start like that, and over time find yourself going a little bit further. Breathe and breathe and breathe and breathe all along. No rush with those poses. A lot of patience in yoga. A lot of breathing in between. You can build up to do it twice to each side if you like. Very, very well. And slowly coming up. And let's check our Uttanasana again. So what we're going to do, those of you who need the bricks, have the bricks ready. Those of you who don't need the bricks, without the bricks. Coming up with the hands to the hips, tilt the pelvis, inhale, stick the buttocks, exhale and extend yourself forward and forward and forward. Bricks, half of bricks, no bricks, or your choice. Those of you who are on the flexible side and wish to go even further, you get yourself with the hands with the palms down, and you wish to go further, take your hands further back, like so. Inhale, lift the head, stick the buttocks, and get yourself even further, or even able to take the hands even further more. Same action. Inhale, exhale, push the mat forward, get this in to the body more, to the thighs, the chest, to the thighs, and looking back. So, working to whatever you are, whatever state you are, working where you need to be. Be honest with yourself. And bend the knees and sitting. Now, sitting poses, if you're very flexible, you enjoy it. If you're very stiff, it can be hard. But after all what we've done, we can have a go. If you are on a stiff side, don't be shy to sit on a brick in Dandasana. Dandasana, it's the base of all the sitting poses. We do a pose called Paschimottanasana. So what we're going to do now, we lean forward and pull the body flesh back. While we're leaning forward, that's when we need to do this action to pull the body flesh back into the side. Some of you can sit without a brick, but still need to do this action of lean forward and pull the body flesh back into the side. Work the legs, work the thighs, and roll the thighs in. Extend the ball of the big toe away from you. Inhale, raise the arms and lift more. Now take another breath. Inhale, lift more. Exhale, extend your chest forward and look forward, and hold on to the feet from the outside. If we need a strap, using a strap like so. Try to bend properly from the hips, not to run the back. So even if you're here and that's as far as you can go, that's okay. If you wish to go further, hold on and lift the chest. Look to your toes, extend the neck, lift the ears away from the shoulders, release the shoulders down. Happy in the pose, happy to stay or wish to go further. If you wish to go further, inhale, lift the chest even more, exhale, bend the elbows and take yourself down, looking straight down. Those of you who can go further, release the head between the shins if you go that far. But whatever you do, please don't fight to get the head down. Nothing wrong to do this pose and having a brick and rest the head on the brick, or even to stay higher if you need to. So this pose can be hard for a lot of people who are on the stiff side. After all the things we've done before, you're ready to bend to this pose of Paschimottanasana. And slowly coming up and release all together, and we can enjoy a little bit of relaxation here. Just lie down on your back, few seconds to hug the knees and to roll from side to side. Keep the chin down. If you struggle to keep the chin down, please rest your head on a brick or half a brick or a book,
So that's no good. We need to release the chin down so the back of the neck is long. Rolling from side to side, massaging the back, and then adjust yourself for the relaxation. See if you can lift the hips and push the body flesh away from you. Let the toes to drop to the side, palm facing up, chin down. And because the practice today was mainly on the hamstring, meditate on this part of the body. Feel how soft the body of the muscles, the attachment of the hamstring to the sitting bones, the back of the knees, your lower back, obviously bending forward like that. We're not just stretching the hamstring, beautiful for your back, your lower back, your upper back. Feeling the area of the body we stretch so much, the glutes, maybe the calves a little bit, and how this part of your body just soften and relax with every breath, with every exhalation. Every breath is precious. When we're done, you can start to wriggling fingers and toes. Give yourself a chill out stretch if you like. Raise the arms, interlock the fingers, stretch the legs, the arms, keep your neck soft. Bend the knees again and roll from side to side, even just for 5-10 seconds. And when you're ready, coming up, roll to the right side and coming up in your own time.
Thank you, everybody. Namaste. Maintain your regular practice. Bye for now.